It was autumn on the island of Sodor. It was cold, and everyone was huddled on platforms in scarves and hats. Thomas felt bright and cheerful. He liked the trees as they turned from a light green to a rusty orange. He also liked whistling to Pat, Farmer McColl's old sheepdog in the fields. "Morning, Pat," he would call. Pat always barked back. "Good old Pat," he would say to himself. He was in a good mood when he arrived at the junction one morning. Henry was there. "Oh, there you are, Thomas," he said. "You've got a problem passenger, I'm afraid." "Really? Is this an elephant?" he asked cheekily. Henry frowned. He hated being reminded of the time he had been pushed out of a tunnel by one. "No," he snapped. "As a matter of fact, it's a dog." "Oh my, Henry," laughed Thomas. "First the rain, then an elephant, but a dog? I'm sure it's not that much trouble." "Well, Farmer McColl's bringing it up now. It's a right howler," he added earnestly before puffing off. "A dog?" muttered Thomas. "Can't be that bad, can it?" But it was. Thomas was heading towards the station halt by the sea when he saw Percy. As he whistled a greeting, he heard a bark from Annie. "What's that?" pondered Thomas. It must be the dog barking. The barking didn't stop all the way to the station. At the platform, Farmer McColl got off, bringing his dog with him. "Hello, Thomas," he said. "This is Buster." Thomas looked at the dog. "What about Pat?" he asked sadly. "Retired, Thomas," replied the farmer. Still out, but it'd be Buster who does most of the ordinary." "Right," said Thomas. Why was Buster barking so loudly on the train?" Farmer McColl explained that Buster wasn't used to trains, had never been on one before, so he was a bit scared. "Whoosh!" hissed Thomas crossly. "How can you be afraid of me?" But his answer was given as, when the smoke settled, Buster was cowering under a bench. "Maybe we should be off," said Thomas's driver. "Quite," said Thomas guiltily, and they rolled quickly away. Buster soon settled in on the farm, but was still scared of steam trains, particularly Thomas. Thomas wasn't in the best of moods either. He missed Pat's replies to his whistles. It all came to a head one afternoon. Farmer McColl was preparing to move some sheep into his barn for the winter. Buster and Pat were on hand to help when there was a whistle. The whistle scared Buster, who started to bark. The barking scared the sheep, who rammed into the fence. With a splintering crack, it broke and sheep spilled out onto the line. Thomas was heading towards the farm with Annie and Clarabel when he saw the sheep on the track. "Whoa!" he cried. His wheels slipped on the rails as he slithered to a standstill. "Good grief!" he groaned. "How on earth did this happen?" The farmer explained to the driver and fireman, who told the guard. "There's only one choice," he said. "We'll have to clear the track ourselves." The driver, fireman, Farmer McColl, and Pat tried to chase the sheep away. First they went this way, and then that way. They tried all sorts of tricks, but it all ended up with the sheep where they had started. "Come on," said Thomas grumpily. "My train will be late thanks to this lot." "We need Buster." "Here, boy," he called, but Buster wouldn't move. "He's scared of me," said Thomas. "Come on, Buster, I won't bite." But Buster wouldn't move. "Come on," he called, "I'm not that bad." Buster began to make his way across the field. Buster reached Thomas and then looked up at him. Thomas watched as he went over to his buffer beam, and then, "Oh, that's disgusting! Worse than when you forgot your socks on my footplace." He's just marked you as his, Thomas, laughed the driver. Now come on, Buster. We need you to clear the line. Buster went to work and the sheep were soon back in the field. Goodbye, Buster, called Thomas as he puffed off. Buster, for the first time, barked back. Later that day, Thomas was at the junction waiting for Henry. As he waited, he heard a now familiar bark. Buster and Farmer McColl walked down the footbridge to the platform. "Hello, Thomas," called Farmer McColl cheerfully. "Pat's been retired. Our friend on the other side of the island's looking after her now." Thomas grinned as Buster came up to him and nuzzled his buffer. Henry pulled in, wheezing steam. "Hello, Thomas," he called. "What's that animal doing to your buffer?" "I'm not sure," said Thomas honestly. Then Buster moved towards Henry. "What's it doing?" said Henry nervously. No, that's disgraceful. The smell will anger my buffers for weeks." "Well," said Thomas kindly, "I think he likes you, Henry. And you know what they say about useful engines?" "What?" "It's a dog's life.